Welcome back, my friend. I'm so glad to have you here, and thank you for being here for me yesterday when I just had to kind of vent and get it all out because it was so incredibly difficult. But today is working out so much better. And I want to start talking to you about something that I've been thinking of these past couple of days, and that is the one thing that keeps people from truly being as successful as they want to be, and that's fear. And fear comes in a whole variety of flavors. It's an extremely small word, but it encompasses so many feelings. It encompasses so much avoidance from people, from anything from fear of failure, feeling that you're going to be putting in effort and energy and getting your hopes up for something, and possibly for a long time, only to not get what you want, thinking I'm making all of these videos and it takes all this time and all this effort, and then all of a sudden you've put it all in and nothing comes of it. There's the fear of judgment, worrying about what everybody else is going to think of you. Not just random strangers on the internet, but also the people that are close to you, your friends, your family. What are they going to say? What are they thinking that they don't say, right? It creates anxiety. Maybe the fear of rejection. Somebody just says, nope, I don't want it. And then it just makes you feel like you're not enough. And you're always afraid to actually go and ask for what you want. You're afraid to put yourself out there because you think you're going to be rejected. Or even the fear of embarrassment, of thinking somebody's just going to call you out in front of everyone else and make you feel 2 inches tall. And you're sitting here thinking, like, I don't want to put myself in that situation. Fear that you might be successful. And believe it or not, that's a huge fear. People thinking, what if I do this and I win? What if that happens? Like, I'm not the type of person that wins. I'm so used to not to failing. What happens then? Are people going to expect more from me? Fear of loss. Am I going to start losing the people that were close to me? If I become successful, do I lose who I am? Do I become somebody else? And I lose what I've always known and what I've always had? Do I lose the friends that I had? Because I'll tell you this right now, as you grow as a person, as you start becoming better, even just a little bit better every single day, you will outgrow things that you were used to. You'll outgrow friends as you start making new friends that are more in alignment with what it is that you do. You'll start growing apart from people that you used to have really good times with, and now you just don't do those things anymore. I think back to some of my friends that really enjoyed drinking. And when I was in my early 20s and I thought, man, this is great. I can do this and we're having fun together and we're all getting drunk. And then at the point in my life where I stopped drinking, I just didn't enjoy doing it anymore. And I noticed that our ways soon parted because once we stopped hanging out and drinking, there really wasn't a lot that we had in common anymore, and our lives just split. So I know that those fears they're there. That fear is what keeps you from taking action and taking that next step forward. And in order to get around that, in order for us to live the lives we want, we have to confront and we have to conquer that fear. And now we can do this in a variety of ways. Number one is going to be looking at this and really thinking about, is what I'm fearful of legitimate? So you think about, I'm really scared that no one's going to like me. And you think about it and say, do you have any friends? Well, yeah. Well, then some people obviously like you. Do you talk to new people? Well, I don't really talk to new people because I'm worried that they're not going to like me. And you go, have you ever talked to somebody new? Well, yeah. Did they like you? Yeah. Okay, so it seems like not everyone doesn't like you. Seems like you kind of have to give them a chance and see, are you their cup of tea or not? And I think you'll find that most people are more accepting of you than you would think. So really start to question what it is you believe. Start to look at it and say, is this true? Is what I'm thinking to myself, is what I'm fearful of actually something to be fearful about? Or is it just something that's just uncomfortable? It's not actually true what I believe. Second way is exposure. And by exposure, exposing yourself to what you fear just a little bit at a time. So if you're afraid of talking to new people, maybe start talking to somebody that's a friend of a friend, right? You get introduced to somebody new. Ask one of your friends, ask one of your family members, hey, who's somebody that you know that I don't, that you could introduce me to? And just start a small conversation, because it feels a little bit better in the realm with 3 people. You've got someone you already know and feel comfortable with, and then you're meeting and talking with somebody new. And then that's a small exposure. Then once you've had a couple of those exposures, you can start talking to people that you don't both know, but you still have your person there because they can give you that support, that belief in yourself. And then once you start doing several exposures of talking to somebody new with your support person there, maybe that support person sits a little further back in the room and lets you go off on your own. And then maybe you realize that those people weren't as scary as you thought. And the reason why I bring this up is because I have massive amounts of fear. And I know that it might not look like it. I know that I feel like I'm very outgoing and I'm able to talk to people very easily. But when it comes to what I've already told you that I wanted to do, I wanted to start creating content where I go up and I coach people out in public. And I've still struggled to do that because I too worry about rejection. I worry about really putting myself out there and having someone reject me. And it's absolutely a ridiculous idea. Like, as I think about it, it's like, that's not ever going to happen. That's dumb. And even if it does happen, so what? That's going to happen once in how many meetings? And so I know that I'm around people plenty in order to be able to create this content, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't taken that step forward because of fear. And I want to conquer that. And so what I'm going to do, and I'm telling you this now so you can hold me accountable, is I'm going to start taking that small step forward. I'm going to start out doing exactly what I just said. I'm going to take my own advice, and I'm going to slowly get some exposure to the outside, to public, and start getting some of those coaching sessions created and on camera, and make some content out of it, because I know it's going to change people's lives once I can start talking to them. Now, in front of an audience of people, I got no problem with that. I can coach people in front of an entire audience. But one-on-one out in public, a little bit of fear there. But I know that if I fear it, I must conquer it. Because if I don't do something every single day to overcome fear and conquer that fear, do I really, truly know the secret to life? We went over that quote. But seriously, that's where the secret to life is. It's in conquering fear. It's in you being able to live unbridled because you have the confidence in yourself to do what you need to do. Now, I need to cut this video short because I'm running out of time. But I wanted to make sure that I get this out there and I get this message to you. So I will be here tomorrow with another video. And until then, take action now.